Class, I wanted to spend a little time with you to talk through APA 7th edition formatting. This is incredibly important as you begin to do your analysis and application assignments for the course. So I'm going to take a little bit of time. I'm going to share this template in an announcement, but I want to make sure that you see this and can follow through with me. This will be an important part, as you will notice in the rubrics, that there is APA format grading. And I do tend to spend a little time on making sure that you do have formatting correct. So let's talk first about the title page. I want to point out a couple of things. This is APA 7th edition format. You will notice that at the top, there are no running heads, there are no headers. So please do not put those in your paper as part of the format. Every page must have a page number. I want to see on your submissions this format and alignment of all of the elements here. So the first thing you're going to need is a title of your paper. This title should be in bold. And typically we don't need a subtitle, but if you do choose to put a subtitle, it should also be bold. Title and subtitle are bold and centered. And then you will follow that with these elements: your name, then you'll put American College of Education, you'll put the course number here. Our course for assessment strategies is EL5023. Please use my name, Dr. Scott J. Hunt, for the course instructor name, and the assignment due date should be month, day, and year, with the full year indicated there. Please note that all of the elements need to be included, and they should be centered on your title page, and I have that note here. The template that you're looking at is really something I pulled from the Student Commons Writing Center and modified here for our purposes so that you can see exactly what it is the expectation is for formatting. Let's move to page 2. So I want to point this out too. The title of the paper, please do not use the word introduction here. The title of the paper in this heading is the same title of the paper that you will find on your title page. Use the same exact title on your opening introduction paragraph in bold and centered, and then the subtitle as you see it on your title page as well. I also want to point out that for every paper, you must have this introduction paragraph with the title of the paper as the heading. All papers will have an introduction and a conclusion, which I'll point out shortly. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on the headings, but typically in these courses, you will see that the headings are level 1 and level 2 headings, although there are up to 5 headings listed and shown in this example. Typically, we're at level 1 and at level 2. So you will write the body of your assignment in the paper using the proper headings. And as you can see here, you'll see the level 3, 4, and 5 headings. The other important piece of the paper, not only is the introduction, but you must have a conclusion. The conclusion should be centered and bold. And as you're writing and considering your paper, your analysis, your application for the assignments, then you should carefully analyze and synthesize your conclusion here. So conclusion is required. Introduction to the paper is required. Let's move to references. I want to point out here that you'll notice that I have 3 references. So I'm going to make sure I highlight this here. 3 to 5 references are required for every paper. So please make note of that, 3 to 5 references. You'll notice here that the reference page is its own page and should be set up in that fashion. The word that you put is not resources, it is references, and it should be bold and centered. And again, you'll notice the APA 7th edition style format for the references. So I did put some notes here at the bottom that you should pay attention to. All lines after the first line of each entry in your reference list should be indented 1/2 inch from the left margin. So each of your references should be indented if you have to go to a second or third line. All authors' names should be inverted, so you should go last name first and then the first initial. Please do not use full first names. If you have a first and middle name, again, those are written as initials. Those are just some basics for the references. And then I'm going to scroll up to page 3 here because I want to point out the in-text citations. And I want you to notice the first reference is a peer-reviewed article. It has more than one author, and so you should make sure that you review this part of the format. You do not list all of the authors, but you use the words et al. You'll also note the second reference here is an online periodical, and that reference is the author's name and the year as an in-text citation. And then the third reference is a book. And I want you to notice the use of the ampersand, as there are some nuances in the formatting as you move through your paper. And I would encourage you to check the announcements and to look at the APA 7th edition formatting site at the OWL at Purdue EDU Center. These are just some high-level overviews of an in-text citation, but when you talk about direct quotes and other types of in-text citations, there are some differences that you'll have to be aware of. So if you have questions, comments, concerns in regards to APA 7th edition formatting, of course, don't hesitate to reach out to me at any time. Again, looking forward to the 5 weeks, and I wish you all the best of luck.